we're going green, and we're making history.
History in the making, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely. Patrick Davis, myself, Mike Norris, FloRacing. Here at America's Dirt Track, #Falls, the inaugural Illinois Dirt Shootout. 60 laps, $20,000 from the All-Star Performance Start Zone. We are green.
Yes, indeed, Mike Norris. And the Kentuckian takes the lead down the backstretch for the first time. Here comes Mike Chastain Jr. into the top 3. Going to keep an eye on this long distance, 60 laps, 1 in right now. Chastain shows the way. Chastain trying to show the way over that battle there for 3rd and 4th, and look at who's on the move. 24H Mike Harrison. They're on the bottom. Oh, look out. The announcer's jinx just about strikes there, but Harrison digging on the bottom, something he could not do on Thursday night.
Him and Zeke McKenzie may have made a little bit of contact, so a pair of 24s going at it. McKenzie now going to go after the 96 of Mike McKinney. Mike Chastain has jumps upstairs, but Josh Harris shows the way. Landon Miller now going to feel the pressure from the C40 of Mike Chastain. Chastain quickly 3 in the books, 57 to go. Will go around Mike McKinney. McKinney to 4th. Harrison going to battle with the Zekester for that 5th spot. Harrison down low. Zeke McKenzie upstairs. Harrison flexing his muscles. He is going to move into the top 5.
Yeah, the Kentuckian setting a torrid pace right now. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out over the course right now. 5 laps in, and he's got almost a straightaway on Landon Miller, and he's about not quite, a little over a straightaway behind the tail end of the field. So traffic going to come into play here probably about lap 9 or 10.
Mike Harrison going to work on the C40 of Mike Chastain here early on. Mike Chastain, Mike Harrison, we talked about all the Mikes. Landon Miller doing a good job here early on as Mike Harrison now sidesteps the C40 of Mike Chastain. Harrison now going to go after Mike McKinney down the back straightaway. Here comes Harrison. So far, every lap been on the bottom as Josh Harris picking him up, putting him down. Landon Miller 2nd, Mike McKinney 3rd, then Mike Harrison, Mike Chastain, Zeke McKenzie, Frank Marshall, Michael Long, Cole Followay, and the 37 of Michael Ledford. Long ways to go, 52 laps remain.
And Mike Harrison, one of the first up into that top 5 to 10 area that steps up to the top shelf here, 8 laps into this one, and he's going to see what's up there, and yeah, he's found something. The 24H, the gunslinger, is on the hunt, and he sees the magic man in front of him. Yeah, he's closing on Mike McKinney.
In a hurry.
In a hurry. And trying to do what he did 2 nights ago and ride that rim to another paycheck here at #Halls. But McKinney, no stranger to victory lane here either. A lot of experience for both of those drivers here at this quarter mile.
We'll see if Mike McKinney's crew guy moves him upstairs to block the onslaught from the 24H. And just as I say that, Harrison flashes by. Miller doing a fine job holding on for 2nd as the track starts to slick off from top to bottom. Landon Miller now through the middle of the speedway, but here comes the gunslinger, Mike Harrison. Harrison looking for a 10.
Here he
around
comes.
The 110.
Wow.
And do-si-do for the runner-up spot. Harrison slips by the 110 of Landon Miller. Can Miller keep pace? He will not. Mike Harrison now going to go to 2nd as Mike McKinney jumps up to the Falls cushion down the back straightaway. Harrison to 2nd. Josh Harris continues to show the way. We've been green this whole way. 47 laps remain. Josh Harris, Mike Harrison, Landon Miller, and Mike McKinney.
Yep, right now the gap between the Kentuckian Josh Harrison and Mike Harrison is 2.8 seconds right now, but that gap is slowly beginning to shrink this time by. Picked up 2 more tenths. He's slowly chipping away at that lead, trying to run a pace that Harrison knows that maybe his car will be good, but at the same time not use everything up yet, because Mike is one of those guys that he will, when it comes showtime, beat the deck out of her if he has to.
Slowly, looks like that time over at 3 and 4, changed up his line a little bit.
Yeah.
And you got to think about preserving your tires as well. We talked about tire wear. We talked about fuel usage. So we'll see how much fuel they use. And here comes Harrison. Harrison now really starting to reel in your race leader, Josh Harris. Down the back straightaway, 22 and 24 as they chase Charlie Mefford. First car to go a lap down at Jade Smooth. Jeremy Nichols about to be a part of this equation. Nick Allen back there as well. But here comes Mike Harrison now on the same straightaway as Josh Harrison closing in. And as you said, on a Thursday night, the Jaws music key it. Oh man, Mike Chastain.
Oh, tough
the
break.
Racer Landscaping, New Era, Pro Circuit Electric, Illini Outlaws, Diesel, car number C40 has brought out a caution slowing. 17 laps in, 43 to go. Harris, Harrison, McKinney, Miller, Long, McKenzie, Marshall, Ledford, Friedman, and Followay, your top 10. Long ways to go, 43 laps to do it. On the high side, Mike Harrison. Down below, Mike McKinney. Cars step out of shape just a little. Friedman and Marshall going at it. McKenzie to the outside, and Landon Miller trying to post a top 5, but man, oh man, the Kentucky and Josh Harris drove away from him. Michael Long, Mike Harrison, look at the balance for the Denny Woodworth and Law 18L. Michael Long and that Pierce Platinum looking to go 3 wide with Mike McKinney. The Mikes are ganging up on the Kentuckian. McKinney, Michael Long, and Mike Harrison.
Kyle Hammer facing the wrong way in the bottom of turn number 1. Mike, that will draw us to a stop here. 42 laps remaining, so 18 of 60 in so far. Ouch.
Oh, man, I think he probably got into an infield tire.
Yes, he did. You could kind of see it here from the tower, but great look there on the infield wireless there. Yeah, that Elite Chassis Allgaier Performance. He's going to have to go visit Mike and company there in Springfield to pick up some parts for that. I have a feeling that hurts.
A lot of veterans up there. They've raced a lot of races. Zeekster, if there was a guy built for a long race, the Zeekster, Zeke McKenzie, he's not going to the top ever, so he'll be on the bottom the rest of the race. McKinney to the bottom, Harrison to the top. Long ways to go now, 42 to go, 20K payday. The Illinois Dirt Shootout back at it. McKinney going to go to second. Will he slide up in front of Harrison? No, he's going to stay on the bottom. Harris through the middle. But here comes the gunslinger around the outside of Mike Harris, around the outside of Mike McKinney. Looking to go side by side for the race, for second. Mike Harrison sparks the wall. He's got second. Now going to go after Josh Harris. Harris goes right across the nose of McKinney, and here comes Mike Harrison.
Yeah, Mike Harrison and Mike McKinney almost made contact there. McKinney, great job to check up there and avoid contact, and both were able to race on, and Harrison now sets his sights on the Kentuckian up front. 20 in, 40 to go. Heck, we're almost into a normal feature, and we're just now kind of starting to where these guys are really going to start feeling this longer distance here, just about another 4 or 5 laps, when usually 30 to 40 is the distance. And here comes Harrison to the inside for lead. And here comes Michael Long. Slide job right across the nose. And here comes McKinney to the outside. They're going to try and go 3 wide into 3 and 4. Can Harris try and slide up, shut the door? No, sir. The gunslinger sticks it out in front. And they're 3 wide for second, Mike Norris. Look at this. Oh, Michael Long caught a bit of a rut there on the bottom. Caught him up a little bit. He's back to 4th, but still sitting in a great spot. McKinney now up to 2nd by Josh Harris.
Slider by McKinney, and Mike Harrison said one thing I do not want to do. I do not want to sit and wait. I want to get out and control the pace. The gunslinger in 24.8 now going to put it up on the top shelf where Dad hides the good books, and he is motoring down the front straightaway with McKinney trying to keep pace. Long, Michael Harris, little love tap there. Frank Marshall, Austin Friedman about get together as they race with a 37L of Michael Ledford. So it's Harrison and Mike McKinney, Michael Long, Josh Harris, Zeke McKenzie, and then a good battle behind them, the madman Michael Ledford and the 28 of Frank Marshall. You see coming in on your picture there. 35, make it 34 laps. Problems for Mike Chastain, a slider for second. Here comes Michael Long, the three Mikes having fun up front in the Illinois Dirt Shootout.
Right now on the podium, it is open mic night right now between the top 3.
Yes, I love it.
And right now it's Harrison over McKinney, over Long, with the Kentuckian watching the view right now. And the Zeekster's feeling like he's in a pretty good spot right now. We're 3 laps shy of halfway. Picking them up and putting them down right now, Mike Norris, in this inaugural Illinois Dirt Shootout presented by Pope Joy and Hot Rod Septic. And boy, so far, it's been a good one.
Good run for Tyler Nicely as well. Tyler Nicely still in the fold as coming under attack. Him and Austin Friedman go at it. I think that bottom side getting a little bit quicker there is the 37L of Michael Ledford and Frank Marshall going at it. So the top and the bottom really starting to even out here. And one thing I'm noticing is that Mike Harrison thought maybe he could pull away, but Mike McKinney and Michael Long not letting him get away. This one is going to get interesting. 30 to go now as we clicked off another 10 more laps. But I think this one's going to get real interesting as we get into lap traffic. They're running 2 by 2 in front of your race leaders, and we're going to be there in about 5 more laps. 29 to go. Mike Harrison controlling the Illinois Dirt Shootout, but Mike McKinney starting to reel him in as well as Michael Long.
Yeah, it's been interesting sitting here over the tower watching these drivers go into the corner and kind of listen. You can hear different drivers are starting to kind of change their lift points into the corner a little bit, maybe letting these cars roll a little bit more into the corner. Maybe in the back of their mind with some of these yellows, they're thinking, I've got to do something to maybe save some fuel. This will help save my tires as well. Don't know. And some of these guys, they just know how to make sure they've got stuff left at the end if it turns into a dogfight as well. And speaking of that, Mike Harrison might have one here in a couple laps because McKinney is starting to make hay on the high side.
He is, and Mike Harrison rolling through lap traffic now, 13 of Charlie Medford. That's where you kind of roll up your sleeves and go to work here.
Yep.
Hoping for a yellow, but if not, try to bury or get lost here in lap traffic. Now going to throw a slider at Jeremy Nichols. Now, some of these guys may not play so nice here. Nichols doesn't really let him go by. We'll see if Nichols lets him go by here in lap traffic. Nichols sees him. And here comes Mike McKinney down the back straightaway, and all of a sudden we got a race here through lap traffic. So the 24H of Mike Harrison could not dispose. Oh, and he's going to get into the front stretch wall as well. That
really
top side may be evaporating. Here comes McKinney. Harrison has got to go. Got to get by the 24 of Jeremy Nichols. He'll slide up in front of Nichols. Puts a lap car between him and McKinney. Nichols moves down. We'll see if he allows McKinney to gather him in.
Yeah, it's really starting to get hectic here in lap traffic. Contact between McKinney and Nichols. No harm, no foul there, but it cost McKinney a couple car lengths there. Luckily, didn't lose too much and didn't damage the 96, and now he sets his sights again on the 24H, and that 24H is getting closer to the front of that 96M, Mike Norris.
He's going to have to work through Derek Losh. He's going to let Losh know he's there down the front straightaway, and you're going to see one slider after another to try to maneuver his way as Losh might be in trouble. Here comes Mike McKinney. McKinney's there. Michael Long in the full. McKinney going to work through the middle of the speedway. They're looking to go side by side for the race lead. Harrison going to hold him off, but McKinney going nowhere. We got a dogfight. 20 to go. And $20,000 on the line. Harrison, McKinney, and Michael Long right there as well. What a race, Patrick.
Yes, indeed. Michael Long said, okay, you guys are going to go at it in traffic. I'm going to come join the battle, too. I think I could get the old 2-for-1 if I play this right.
Yep.
19 to go, and we are just getting started.
It's going to be fun.
Oh, my.
What's going to happen here? Mike McKinney trying to reel in Mike Harrison. 18 to go. A whopping $20,000 on the line. Heads up, 32. Oh, Mason Duncan.
Look out.
Will McKinney throw the slider? He's just going to follow Harrison in. Michael Long in the catbird seat, trying to diamond off the corner. Now going to rip the lip down the front straightaway. Still Harrison. Michael Harrison.
To the inside goes Michael Long. He's going to take second, Mike Norris. Look at that. What a move. And McKinney with the crossover. He's going to answer right back.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Slicing and dicing through lap traffic. We got a showcase pro in it falls, baby.
That's good. Up front, Mike Harrison and Mike Long. No, Mike McKinney turns the back. Down the back straightaway again. At a distance, let's see, fourth is Michael Ledford, so I think these three are going to settle it. Harrison, McKinney, and Long, 15 to go. And Mike Harrison trying to win $20,000 down the back straightaway. Got about 6-7 car lengths between him and McKinney.
Yes, 1.2 seconds the gap last time. We'll see a little bit more breathing room. What's the stopwatch say? About the same. They held serve. But right now, getting through lap traffic is very tricky. And right now, there's one in front of Harrison that's going to be a harder one to pass. They all get harder the closer you get toward the front, and David Strimmy's not going to give easily.
No, and they're racing pretty hard in front of Mike Harrison here. Lennon Whitfield slipped up. Blake Brown in big trouble. He's got that right front nose folded under the right front, so Brown might be in trouble, and Harrison is quickly moving in. Here comes Michael Long now on Mike McKinney. They roll through the middle of the speedway. If Harrison trying to clear Strimmy with 11 to go, if he can put all these lap cars in between him and McKinney and Long, but he can't do it. He gets by Whitfield, now going to go after Strimmy. He's going to work through the middle to bottom. We'll see if Strimmy.
Look out, he missed the corner.
And McKinney, here he comes down the back straightaway. He can smell blood in the water. Harrison's got to be careful. Just about gave it away. 10 laps to go.
The intensity's starting to pick up, Mike Norris, and even the wily bitch. Oh, no, big problem. Strimmy got clipped there by the 21 of Landon Whitfield, and he's stuck on his side with 10 laps to go. My goodness. A little bit of a fire up underneath there. Looks like on the 21 of Whitfield might have caught something there when he caught the back end of the 30. No, that is the 35.
Ooh, that's not good.
Firefighters in the infield quickly moving over there to take that. See a spring laying next to that car. That big hit there for Landon Whitfield into the 35 of that lethal chassis house car. My goodness.
So again, we do have, just so you know, we do have Fairbury Fire Department in the infield. We also have Southeast Livingston County Ambulance Service members as well. Again, Fairbury Fire Department, members of the Fairbury Fire Department, and also Southeast Livingston County Ambulance Service members.
Yep. And good news there, Mike Norris from race director Jonathan Clayton. David Strimmy, after a hard hit in the tail, he is okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give him a round of applause. David Strimmy, okay.
And Nick
Patrick
Collins,
Davis, we've caught up with David Strimmy. David, saw Ashley down here. I'm glad to see her okay. I know the car's not, but thanks for coming to this event. Had a heck of a run going. It sucks to see it in this way.
Yeah, it's just short track racing. I was up top there, and I seen there was like 20 to go or whatever. I'm like, I got to get going here. So we were passing cars, and just Blake Brown come up bottom using the whole track, and I was right beside him, and he hit me, and then I launched into the wall, and it broke the right front, and I was in trouble, and I'm into the berm up there, and you know them guys are full send committed, and somebody pounded me, but I just couldn't breathe for a little bit. We had that little fire, and my door and everything's all crushed up against the window, but no, it was fine. Everything worked out. Just sucks.
Shows you how strong these lethal chassis are, too, my man.
Yeah, we'll go back, get it fixed up. It ain't too bad. A lot of body damage, and we'll be back again.
Well, we appreciate you coming, and glad you're okay.
Thank you.
How about it, ladies and gentlemen, David Strimmy, okay? And see if I grab a word with Lyndon Whitfield. I know he was down here. See if I can't stick my head in there real quick. Lyndon, real quick, you continue to get faster and faster. I know you don't want to end this way, but man, oh man, had a heck of a race car. You made the big show. I know that was the goal. Just sucks in this way.
Yeah, race cars has been super good to us, you know, since we got it, and it's been really good all weekend. We'll get it back and see what sponsors and all my fans that supports this dream of mine, and yeah, we'll be back.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice round of applause? I know it's not the way you wanted it in, but let's hear it for Lyndon Whitfield. Patrick, back to you.
Thanks, Mike Norris. Nice job getting both of those guys on there. Definitely not how we wanted to speak with either one of these gentlemen. And you look on the broadcast, the FloRacing replay, we did catch it on the broadcast as well. See Strimmy going to the wall. And, oh, just an absolutely hard hit there for Whitfield, who was, like David mentioned, just full send, had committed to setting up his corner entry, and not any way he could react to where, unfortunately, where David had his issue and Lyndon just had no chance to lift and try and avoid there. So tough break for both drivers. Yeah.
So how crazy are you going to get? We'll talk to the top three, and of course, your winner. 10 to go. A crack at $20,000 in immortality, the inaugural Illinois Dirt Shootout is back underway.
Ooh.
Harrison Long going to go to second, but here comes McKinney.
Yeah, McKinney kind of stumbled there. He's maybe trying to lay back and get a run and didn't quite go the way he wanted it to. And don't look now, but here comes Frank Marshall. Mikey Ledford. Mikey Ledford's coming to play here in the closing circuits. Boy, what a battle there. And Michael Long right there in the back deck, led of the 18L. It's starting to heat up, boys and girls. Let's go. 2 by 1 by 1 by 3. Oh, and Frank Marshall catches the wall off of 2. And don't look now, but here comes Tyler Nicely into the picture.
Yeah, what a run for Tyler Nicely to get he started 9th. Looking to move into the top 5. He does. Down the front straightaway, 8 to go. Mike Harrison just concentrating oh so hard to hit his marks lap after lap. Michael Long, 6 wins already in 2024, doing everything he can to that Pierce Platinum.
We've seen this.
To try to reel him into the caution will come out again.
Oh, man. I was just getting ready to say, we've seen this film a time or two between these two. It looks like big pieces of debris on the backstretch there. A couple large pieces that, the old Frenchman Jacques Debris has shown up once again.
Amu Debris. Jacques Debris.
7.
And the 96 of Mike McKinney. Michael Ledford is there.
Yeah.
Tyler Nicely is there. The Zeekster and Marshall. The Kentuckian.
There's a lot of guys showing some muscle late.
7 to go.
The pay window is officially open, Mike Norris. 7 laps to go. Let's see who's going to be lucky.
Here we go, Michael Long.
Oh, baby.
He's got a shot for the race lead. Harrison going to cross him over. Here comes Tyler Nicely.
Let's go.
Wow, and Michael Long will cut off the momentum from Tyler Nicely. They fan out. Michael Long to the lead.
Do we get the elbow?
Wow.
Yes.
What a race. Elbows up. 7 to go. This is exactly what you ordered for $20,000.
And here comes
Harrison
McKinney.
Long,
Look at
McKinney.
this.
What a race. 5 laps to go for immortality at Falls.
And
Harrison Long, McKinney, and nicely. What a race.
Oh my goodness, this track is perfect right now. Bottom, top, it doesn't matter wherever your car's working, it's digging right now, Mike Norris. This time by 4 laps to go.
Wow.
And somebody's taking home a big check, and somebody by the end of this may have some hurt feelings because this is starting to get spicy.
There goes Harrison. He got some heat built back in those Hoosiers. 3 to go. This time by. Man, no way. I cannot imagine what these guys are feeling. My heart is beating through my chest.
This is good
Michael Long
stuff.
going to give it one last go.
Yep.
4th will be Nicely. 3rd is McKinney. 2nd is Michael Long. A half a mile to go. 20,000 big ones. Who's it going to be?
Oh, baby. Mike Harrison right now hitting his marks. Michael Long, there may have been that last shot. He really fired it off into 1 and 2 hard, and he gained some ground.
He did.
It's not over yet, Mike Norris. He goes up to the cush. He's closing. 1/4 mile to go. White flag. Who's going to etch their name in the history books? Long gives it a go. Harrison down the backstretch for the final time. Mike Norris, bring us home, buddy.
Michael Long is there, but it's not enough. The Illinois Dirt Shootout goes to Mike Harrison. Michael Long 2nd. Mike McKinney 3rd. 4th, a photo finish.
Oh, wow.
What a battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. But ladies and gentlemen, it's over. Your winner at 24 each. How about it for Mike Harrison? Hashtag Halls.
Here he comes, front stretch. Give him a hand. Mike Harrison, $20,000 richer. And Mike Norris, he's cutting a dozen. He's going to Casey's and picking up a dozen donuts. He is going to burn her down, baby.
$20,000, your winner out of Highland. Let's hear it for Mike Harrison. Wow. What a win here tonight. Thursday night, he goes 16th to the win, gets a bonus of $800 tonight, and $20,000. We went over all the scenarios. What would happen? What would it take? Looked away about halfway through that race. You said, no more messing around. We're going to the front. That's exactly what you did. You got through lap traffic. You held off a couple of late yellow flags. And here you are in O'Reilly Auto Parts Victory Lane, Illinois Dirt Shootout. And a check for $20,000, Mike Harrison. You've won some big ones, but none as big as this. Congratulations. Soak it all in.
Yeah, I usually don't have a problem talking, but this one's pretty effing special. I love that guy right there. I love you. You guys all know what I feel about you. But you know, I was sitting up there in the stands earlier. I was sitting next to my wife, and she told me, she said, now listen, dumbass. You have to wait. You cannot go right away. You cannot beat off the wall for 60 laps. I looked at her and I said, okay. She says, at least wait for 10 laps or so. So I waited 10 laps and then I said, time to go. But you know, I mean, 10 laps or so in, I finally got going, and I thought I almost screwed my chances up because I was underneath McKinney, and he kind of hit that hole down there in 2, and it got him all upset, and I was underneath of him, and he kind of got hung out off of 2 there, and I was tucked right next to him, and when his car straightened back up, it kind of smacked my right front, and then my steering wheel was off. So I didn't know if it broke a shock or if it just bent the tie rod or the spindle or something, but I definitely know my steering wheel was off, so my toe or something was out. I mean, I'm not saying my car was bad, but I'm almost thinking that it was a tad bit better before that, because I think it just screwed my right front up a little bit. But you know what? Each and every one of these people on this race car, Chuckwagon Food Service, one of my best buddies, and his wife, Best Food. Render Farms, my bosses, for letting me come and do this all the time. Broadway Bar and Grill, Steve Schmidt in Highland, Illinois, Jericho Transmissions, KSC, Racing Products, Quick Car, Comp Cams, Ajoya Seatings, Aero, AFCO, Jones, Pure Cool, KC Telecom, my good buddy Pat Fast Shafts, Velocit always takes care of my fire suits, Zamp helmets, Randy Cordy Consulting, Summit Equipment. They're a big, Summit Racing is a big part of my program. Ted Brown, Quality Paint and Body Shop. I hope you're doing good, Ted. I know you've been having some problems, buddy. Case IH and Seavers JCB, they are a big part of my car too. Weir's Machine, Chad with Weir's. I love all your parts, buddy. Hyperfab, Impressive Race Cars.
We don't talk about him enough, do we?
No, Donnie Jumper. This car is actually the new style Impressive Race car. This is about night 7 or so on the car, and we're just, I mean, as you can see, we're making it better and better the more laps I get in it. So I gotta get all these people. Lee's Fine Jewelries, Heil, Trailer Sales, Fraser 5, Painting, AFCO, everything with AFCO. I got a lot of stuff on AFCO. Swift Springs, All-Star, Roger Friedman with Dyer's Rods, Racing Electronics, and last but not least, my good buddy Josh. Josh Carroll and his wife and his boy Blake and his whole family. I've been friends with them for years. I actually drove his mom's car way back in the day. You know, he's a very big part of my deal too here. So I love you all. We got to get some beer because we're out of beer in Fairbury. We are going to be here all night, so come visit us.
Ladies and gentlemen, hashtag Halls tonight, the inaugural Illinois Dirt Shootout winner, Mike Harrison.